I'm here with a bunch of flowers that our neighbor graciously gifted us. So we've got a great mixture here. She was cleaning out her perennial bed. So we just put them in these buckets for the time being until we could decide where we wanted to plant them. They will not stay in these containers. This is just temporary. But we have a lot of black-eyed Susan, some yarrow, some pansies, and some other items in there. I had already bought some bulbs. I got some elephant ears, and I have those 4 white containers back there that I've been working on that I want to plant. So I want to make sure I plant some lavender. And then with the other ones, I love baskets that kind of have different flowers throughout all the seasons. So I'm going to do a pretty good mixture of some different seeds, mix them in there. Some of these will come up springtime, some will come up early summer, and then others mid-summer all the way into late fall. So I should hopefully be seeing a really good variety of different flowers throughout the entire season. So that's what I'm working on right now. It's supposed to rain here pretty soon, so I'm just gonna work and get these done, and then as long as I can until the rain starts. I also have some tulip bulbs that are back there, so I'm gonna put in the tulips with these elephant ears so that they bloom at different times. The first little one is marigold. The second one is going to be 5 tulips with a elephant ear in the middle. The third one is going to be a mixture of cosmos and daisies and forget-me-nots and buttons. And then the last one is going to be lavender. We also have some mint growing as well, so what I'm trying to do is put some deterrents in around, and then we did plant, this is all marigold in this whole tray, so these will go in and around the other plants and the vegetables. These are all the lettuces, and those are coming up really nicely. And then our herbs didn't come up as nicely, so I'm gonna have to go back and replant some herbs. I think I was using quite a few older seeds, so I was hopeful that they would work. The only ones that really came up are the seeds that we saved from last year. And then here's our tomatoes, and we'll be working on getting the tomatoes put in here as well. So this is how our garden's coming along so far. We're looking to get it into some raised beds and into the ground, and we are gonna direct sow some of ours. We're gonna do corn, squash, and beans in the big plot, and then up in this little area right behind me where we did last year, we're gonna do more potatoes and sweet potatoes up there. And then we'll also reuse those 3 raised beds that we built last year that used to be in front of the house, so those are gonna go up there. We'll also use those for vegetables as well. There'll be new containers going in around the house, and those we'll build here as soon as we have all of the gravel spread, and that will be kind of kitchen garden, so it'll be a lot of herbs, a lot of things that you would want to use and easily pull. So we'll have just a few different types of plants there, but really it's going to be a smaller garden that you can use for the farmhouse. So I'm sure there'll be more. And then I do have a hydroponic system inside, I think, that we'll share as well, and that one has some lettuces growing in it right now. So all sorts of different things happening in the garden front.
Hi.
I'm picking honeysuckle so I can make honeysuckle jam. A little bit. I gotta get 4 cups. It'll be a minute. And I'm trying to stay away from the bees.
And the poison ivy.
No, I'm not trying to stay away from that, obviously. But trying to stay away from the bees and not accidentally grab one. You can hear them all.
You get it, Kinsley. You get it, girl.
Tell that Sticky's boss.
Hi, everybody. It's Nate from the Kraemer Life.
And Katie.
Also from the Kraemer Life. Today, we're gonna start, or actually continue working on the landscaping around the front of the house. It's really dark. Let's turn over here. It's gonna be a hot, sunny day.
Yes.
But we need to get this landscape fabric down so we can get the pea gravel
Spread.
so we can finish the landscaping project.
Yes, so we can get the raised beds built, filled, and planted.
Yeah. It's been a
long time coming.
It's been a long time coming. So let's just give you a status update of where we're at, where we left off from the last video. French drain is filled, and I was able to get all of the pea gravel that was on bare dirt because when the delivery truck backed up and started dumping and it ripped the landscape fabric. So all of this is ready to be laid back down and gravel spread. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of the landscape fabric laid where we want it and get the edging stuff laid, and then we can start spreading gravel with maybe help from a neighbor with this tractor.
Hopefully.
Yeah, 'cause it's about, what is it, 10 tons?
20, it's 25 total tons.
Yeah, that's a lot of gravel to shred, so not doing that manually. Okay, so let's come up with a plan. I think so do we want to take up this here, get it out of the way?
No, I think what we decided is, well, let's focus on the areas that we for sure want to do.
Okay.
By the house.
Okay.
Where it matters. This is we can come back and fix this or finish this once we move the RV out of the way.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna do over here.
Yep.
And then around, get up to the edge of the house.
Yes. So basically box it into the edge of the house and fill in anything that is missing heading
Okay.
the perimeters.
So first I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some of this stuff out of the way, and then let's mow and edge and get some of this stuff off of the side of the house, and then we can start laying the fabric.
So for this project, the first thing we did was put the French drain in, and then we used this fabric, and this is actually, it's Vever driveway fabric. I think it's a 13-foot wide by 150-foot long, and we can put the links in the description below because I'm sure we'll get a lot of questions on what we used, but so far it's working really good. We wanted to use the driveway because it was a little bit thicker than the normal landscape fabric, and it actually took 3 full rolls of that, so huge project. The next step is to put in, it's a 1-inch landscape edger. We're gonna pound that in around the edges where we actually want the fabric to stop. Then the next step is to spread all of that gravel behind us.
Yeah. Yay. Yeah, there's still a few spots that we need to fill in some gaps over by where I had, where the fabric tore during the dump truck load, and a couple edges around like the porch and stuff, some fillers, but we'll have some small pieces that we can stick into that. And then when we cut the driveway fabric, we also found out that if you don't sear the edges with a flame, then over time wind and movement on the fabric will cause it to come apart, because it's just woven fabric.
Yeah.
It's woven pieces of plastic. So I'll be using a propane torch to sear the edges really good, and then we'll lay down that edge piece.
Yep.
Or I can do that afterwards, after we get the edge piece cut and then sear.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. We also got these landscape staples. We opted for the heavy duty ones because the regular landscape staples are very thin, and we have clay soil and it's very compact in places. So we're going a little above and beyond and tacking it down, because we didn't do that over there, and I think that's why it came up so easily. Yeah,
we didn't put very many staples or pins or anything, so like maybe at the corners and one in the center of each edge, and didn't have a lot of shear strength.
Yeah.
We're also finding that the amount of overlap you have between pieces is pretty important.
Yes.
Initially we're doing maybe a 1-inch overlap, 2 inches, and if you don't secure both sides of the overlap, then one will come up and it'll start sticking out of the gravel that we have laid, or weeds will actually be able to grow up between that overlap. So now we're doing about 6-inch overlap, and I'll do the same thing when I fill in those gaps.
Yep.
And then you also want to make sure that if there's any holes in the fabric, you put something over that hole, because weeds and life will find a way. Yep. And if there's even a small enough hole, something will go through that. So you got to really make sure that you're fully covered and fully overlapped. So, all right, cool. So more work to do. We'll see you in the morning for some more fun.
Cool. This is fun.
Yeah.
Woo-woo.
Even with these heavy-duty stakes, because this ground is so hard and so rocky and there's lots of roots, it's really tricky finding the right space to pound these in without them hitting an object and causing them to bend. It's really frustrating, but you just keep moving it until you find the right space. On these overlapping pieces here, I'm trying to keep as close to the edge as I can to keep the lip from coming out like this when rock is spread, but not too close to where it'll just rip out. Oh, this is a nice one. They don't usually go in that nicely. I decided just to remove that piece because it was so stretched out from when the truck wheels grabbed it and pulled it. It really made it really hard to lay flat and get all the creases out. Taking that out, I'm just going to put a fresh piece on and then use some smaller pieces to cover up any gaps. It is so much faster and easier using a propane torch than it is a lighter. So much faster.
Surprised you don't put like a piece of cardboard or something under, or like
That'd be a good idea.
something underneath it to keep it from. Oh boy. Sorry. Hi. Oh, is this what we're, okay. Honey. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello. Is this what we're doing?
Not something hard.
Huh?
Not something hard.
Yep. Yeah, that area right there is really, really. Oh, I'm gonna get so wet. He just went and drank. Oh, good, he's going to you.
Edging's in. Zoom. And then once we have new, we ordered some more of this stuff. And it'll come up here. Actually, I'm not going to tack this one in because we may do a little bit of a curve over to the edge of the carport. Probably need to sear these edges. Oh, I like the cardboard idea. That worked out well. So then we need to get behind this here, and this needs to come.
Yeah, I figured we'd sear that. I didn't know. I didn't want to cut it too tight. I wanted to.
Yeah. Just try to get underneath this siding. Perfect. That'll work out well. Oops, come on there. Gosh, I keep hitting. This is not working well for me. Oh, I hit something. There we go.
It's like where they poured the footings.
Mm-hmm. This is cool.
Exciting.
It is exciting.
It's coming together.
You dogs are going to be very upset because, oh, okay. Well, now that the, don't eat the microphone. Now that the landscape fabric is down, we're going to be spreading this rock, and that's going to be on the next video.
Yeah.
So you guys only have a few more days of this rock pile that you love to lay on before it goes away. I know, I'm so sorry. It was fun while it lasted, huh? It was fun while it lasted. Kinsley, come here. Come up on the rock pile. Come on. Come on, Kinsley, up. Good girl. Good girl. Right. So we will see you next episode where we spread gravel and build raised beds. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yes. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Kinsley. Hi, Kinsley. Oh, good girl.